Hi, this is a review of a 1,000 watt LED grow light. They tend to quote 1,000 watts, and that is actually just the incandescent or halogen equivalent. And in reality, it's really just 100 watts, and I have a power meter to prove that. It has these controls here, which is gives you the ability to dial in how much red or how much blue you could do. This one, the veg, controls the blue and the full spectrum light, whereas this one is just red. This is for bloom, and it looks like analog, but all these little increments, these notches, is half a watt, and it goes up to 50 watts in total. So let me just show you. As I turn this, let me just turn this on first. So it has a simple switch. Ooh, let me just turn this off, otherwise I'll blind myself if I flip it up. So here we go, it's at 0. It's at 0. Let me just make sure you can see the wattage here. Here we go. So it starts off at 1 watt, and then there's a decimal point in the middle, right? So it's 1 watt, and if I increase it by a little bit, there it goes. It makes it 3.5. That's his first jump. 4, 4.5, 5.5, and so forth. And as I increase this, the fan will also increase in strength to accommodate it. So it's being smart. It's trying to minimize the amount of fan noise and electricity being used to power the fan. It's trying to be very efficient. So look, listen. Yeah, and it increases the fan. Notice how the white is super bright. It's like almost daylight. That's how bright it is. And the fan noise is actually not that loud, even at its fullest. Here we go. So my phone is about a foot away. Now if you were to move this like 8 feet away, then it sounds just like a normal PC on a computer. But if you don't like it, you can always dial it down. And as you dial up here, this would also increase the fan because of the equivalent wattage. So this is only 34 watts. If I were to go all the way, it's 103.5. So each one is about it's about 50. Yeah, so this is 52.5, so just the red. And if I were to switch this off, it just uses 1 watt. That's it. So the veg, it just uses the blue and the COB, which is the full spectrum. And this is just the red. So people were like, how do you get 1,000 watt equivalent? And this does all the hard work. The COB light is super efficient. It creates 600 watt incandescent equivalent. And let me just show you. Whoa, see? Turn this up. Yeah, it's pretty bright. It's very harsh. You see, it's kind of on the shadow of that. It's kind of like the same harshness that a sun would make. So let me just turn that off. So this is very well ventilated. I feel a lot of cool air coming out, and it just shows that the air circulation is great, and it's on all sides. It's a great hexagon design. Rather than having it as a square box, you actually have more surface area for ventilation using this hexagon style, and you keep it small. You start out with one plant, you just have to invest in this one, and then as it grows, then you start building it up. It just makes sense. It's just trying to save you money. And it also comes with these little hanging things. So you just latch onto these, and then unless you have your own pulleys, you could use these. Certainly recommended. If you look at this, this is glass and metal. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you'd like to see more of these reviews, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.